Backed by popular demand, it's Women on the Move Live. And yes, I'm back too, your host, Dr. Kim McNair. Join us every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. and you can watch us live on YouTube and Facebook. We'll have great guests with unique opportunities to share, learn, and grow so that we all can be what? On the move. So don't forget, mark your calendars every Tuesday evening, 6 p.m., Women on the Move Live. I'll see you then.
The American dream. It wasn't made for everybody. It forgot about one very important detail: Black America. It's why this land of equal opportunity was built on the backs and genius of Black people. And why Black success isn't always a story of accomplishment, but a story of getting out. But Black Americans woke up a long time ago and set out to make their own dream. They had to. We've seen it in Atlanta, the city we call home, and communities all around America. Black dreams matter. Black voices matter. Black lives matter. Black America's dream is the real American dream because it means everyone has a chance to succeed.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Women on the Move Live. It is a full hour power. Let's come on. You guys hit that share button. We getting started. Yeah, move. Yes. Hey. How you doing? What's up? That's right. We are live right here in the studio. 1 hour full of power, and I'm just so excited to bring it to you once again. I am your host, Dr. Kim McNair. Boy, oh boy, and they say I'm a little extraordinaire. How about that? It's all right. Well, I'm so glad to be with you. I am so excited about the guests that I have on this evening. I have three amazing guests. They are, some is family, some I've known for many, many years, and some I've met along the way. But you know what? They are here today to share with each and every one of you some amazing things that they're doing, giving you a lot of good information. We're going to talk about women's health because, you know, we're women on the move. We got to make sure we got our stuff right and tight. I'm telling you. We're going to talk a little bit about the vaccines. I have someone going to talk about, we have so much going on with the different vaccines. Now they're stopping one. Whew, we need to know what to do because we want to continue to live, be alive, and thrive. Okay? Yes, we do. I want to welcome everyone from all over the world. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever the time may be for you, wherever you are. Hey. Again, hit that button. Sharing is caring. Okay. Sharing is caring. I need you to share. Some people are coming in. Let's see who's in, who's speaking to us before we bring on our guests. Who we have saying hello this evening? Because I want to say hi to everybody. Hey, Joy's in the building. Hello, Joy. What's going on? Hey, Corlette is in the building. What's going on? Dr. Lucille, you in the building, girl. Did you hear what I said earlier? I got that from you. Hello, Sabrina. What's going on? Oh, okay. You like the little blonde streaks? They said blondes have more fun. Yeah, we kicked it off with the little Jaheem right there. Hey, how you doing? Let's get it going and do what we have to do. Hey, I'm Empowered Live is on. Hello, how are you? I'm just glad to be here and share with you all this evening. Woo, it's so much going on, but I do want to take a moment to just address this. It just keeps happening. Being a mother of boys, I have sons, okay? And I worry every day that they go out to do the things that they need to do, driving, just being wherever. And I'm also a nana. I got some grandsons. They're not old enough to drive or do anything. But you know what? There's a lot going on. And I just want to say my heart goes out to another family. Dante Wright lost his life senselessly. It's a lot going on with that. We're already dealing with the George Floyd, right? And then this happens. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just too much. And if we can't do anything, if we can just tell the law enforcement, people that are out there, just pause a little bit, take a deep breath. Don't think that because somebody is a certain race and they got tinted windows that they're doing something wrong. Take a deep breath. If you feel that it may be something that's a little sketchy, right? You would think the cops would know to, let me go ahead and call for backup. Let me just get somebody else here to be on the scene so that nothing pops off crazy and we can address this. Because a traffic stop is just a traffic stop. Give them a ticket and let them go. We don't have to get so, physical and just crazy with these guns. It's crazy. I'm telling you. And my heart goes out to the family and other parents, because now as a mom with adult boys, I have to think about that. I'm looking at the phone. I used to, I have my phone where it just turned off at night. I'm not turning my phone off again at night because I need to be able to but I gotta remember, I'm fearless. I'm not supposed to live in fear, right? I have faith, but I am still human. And that is a fleshly human side of me. I trust God. I trust in him. I know he's watching. I pray all the time for all of my children, your children, and everybody's children. Okay. Guys, we just got to take care, do what we got to do. That's right, Sabrina. It's senseless violence. Yes, it is. Call it what it is. It's racial profiling. Yes, ma'am. So that's why I started to show off tonight with that video, because I thought it was very important. We just have to keep it top of mind as we are going on doing our daily duties and things that we have to do. We have to keep it at top of mind. So anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it on the move, right? Look, guys, I have a great guest I'm about to bring on. He is truly an amazing person. We met many years ago. You've seen him in the studio when we were live on TV here in Atlanta. Dr. Lipman, John Lipman, was on, and he talked to us about some things that he was doing, some new procedures, things that we hear about where we're kind of a little scared to take, to really kind of go in and get it taken care of, or we just don't have a clear understanding of certain things. Well, I am bringing on the expert. He's going to talk to us about fibroids, the different procedures, things that he's doing, innovative things that you didn't even know about. So without further ado, let me welcome to the stage right here. Sabrina, bring him on in. Dr. John Lipman. What's up, John?
Hey, good evening. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Awesome. It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. You're my dear friend. I tell you, it's been a little bit. I think the last time we saw each other, was it the brunch breakfast we went to?
Yeah, we were having chicken. Hot chicken.
Yeah, we went to I'm trying to think of the place we were at, but we had a good time.
It was really good.
We had a good time, and it's just always good to see you and your lovely wife Jane. That is my friend. Me and her, that's my sister friend. We be gone doing things and having a good time. So thank you so much. Thank you for always supporting Women on the Move. You supported my nonprofit organization, and I really appreciate it because you are also an entrepreneur. You started your business a certain way. I remember when we had the event out at the convention center, and you were able to talk about how you began doing what you did, and people needed to understand and see, hey, don't think it goes this way. I had to start a business too. So thank you.
Right.
So
and medicine, I have my own practice, the Atlanta Fibroid Center. And I realized that medicine was practiced a certain way, and I didn't want to practice it that way. I wanted to have real customer service, real caring for patients. Hospitals really don't get it.
Right.
I can spend the time. I don't need to go through 50 people in an afternoon. I might see 5 or 6, and I just take my time. I can spend the appropriate time. I mean, people can't believe the experience that they get at the Atlanta Fibroid Center because I control the environment. I hire. When I was at a hospital, everybody was a reflection of me, and I didn't hire any of them, but the hospital did. But they were, a reflection of me, and I'm so glad I'm away from the hospitals. My staff is wonderful. The nurses are wonderful. I mean, when you're caring for a small number of patients, you can really do it well. At the hospital, one nurse might be responsible for 5, 6, 7 patients or more. everybody at the Atlanta Fibroid Center, one nurse, one patient.
Wow,
Their
that's
only
wonderful.
responsibility till they're out of the center. It's a completely different experience. In fact, patients were saying, I haven't had anything like this in healthcare. I might have maybe at the Ritz-Carlton or the Four Seasons, but never in healthcare. This is a wonderful place. You have a wonderful staff, and it's true, I do.
That is great, John. That is wonderful. And look, that's to be commended. I mean, you're celebrating 30 years. Oh my gosh, that's right. 30 years.
Can you believe it?
That is wonderful. Yes. And look at you. You're still thriving. You're still getting it going. You're still doing the same thing. And you're there. You know, some practices come and go, right?
Well, and a lot of physicians, you read about a lot of physician burnout. They're just burned out from medicine. I truly, this is not cliche, I love coming to work. I really do. I have, again, such a fabulous group of people to work with, and I hire for what I call hospitality quotient, not IQ, HQ. The hospitality quotient is the amount that someone derives in pleasing other people. So I can teach them, you know, the stuff I need to teach them, but the HQ you either have or you don't have.
Right.
It's what's in your heart.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
You got it, you don't. And if you don't work here.
That's right. That's awesome. Wow. Miss Lucille just said, thanks in advance, Dr. Liz, for sharing your knowledge. That's great. She gave a comment there. That is awesome. So here we go. Now you're nationally known. There it is. There's a comment. There it is. She just wanted to share that. Awesome.
Thanks, Lucille.
Now you're nationally known for performing UFE. All right. That's a procedure. It's uterine fibroid embolization procedure. What are fibroids? Let's just start there. What are fibroids? Let's clear it because people may not know.
Yeah, that's true. Fibroids are the most common pelvic tumor seen in women. It's present in a lot of women, but it's particularly common in African-American women. Up to 80% of African-American women have these benign tumors, and they can cause a lot of misery. It's the most common reason why women have heavy periods. So that's often the first presentation of a fibroid. They can cause pain. They can cause urinary frequency, painful intercourse, constipation. But the big three symptoms are heavy periods, pelvic pain, and increased urinary frequency. Okay,
those are the three things. Okay, wow. So that's what fibroids are. Now, how does a woman know she has them? It's just through the three things you said: a heavy cycle, pain. Okay, so
now sometimes women can bleed heavily and not realize that's not normal. You know, and so they'll bleed heavily and they'll do it for such a long time. They think it's, well, I'm getting older. This is my new normal. Or they reach out to their mom, and the mom was the same way. And she's like, well, that's just how we bleed. We're heavy bleeders. No.
Oh,
that's not normal. If you're changing pads more frequently than every 3 or 4 hours, or if you have to do 2 at a time, or if you get accidents in blood or passing clots, those things are not normal. They need to be looked into, and you should check with, your gynecologist, or if you know you have fibroids, check in with someone that can do the UFE procedure like myself.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I hope this information is good. And again, those that are here live right now getting this information, I hope you're writing it down. And those that get it in the replay, please write it down. John's information is going across the screen. If you have any questions, he will take time to just give you a consult, get you in, talk about it. Believe you me, we don't want you to be out of here being uncomfortable for a week and a half, or whatever is going on when you can actually take care of it. So that's great. Let me ask this question. Do you have to, in order to remove it, is that like a hysterectomy or something, or?
Yeah, the gynecologist, if you see your gynecologist, often they may start you, say, on some medicines, but the medical therapy for fibroids is not very good. That might buy them some time. A lot of times patients, as I say, they're bleeding so heavily, that's called anemia, when your blood count is low. And it causes a lot of clinical symptoms. So if you're, some of the clinical signs of anemia might be you're really tired and weak. You might be lightheaded or dizzy. You might get migraine-like headaches. You might chew or crave ice. That's a big one.
Uh-oh.
There are a lot of these clinical signs that you might be anemic. And then the doctor will investigate, how are your periods heavy? And if so, you're doing this month after month. So you run this deficit of iron and hemoglobin. And they'll first might try to replace the iron, but iron is very poorly absorbed. It's hard to replace, particularly if you're bleeding very heavy with these big clots and so forth. So they might try birth control. That's a simple measure that will lighten the flow. But unfortunately, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because if fibroids are the problem, fibroids grow, we don't know where they come from, but they grow with estrogen. So estrogen is in birth control. So while on the one hand, your periods might lighten for a little while, in the background, these fibroids are growing, and eventually it'll overwhelm the ability for the birth control to work. And so for the gynecologist, oftentimes the next stage is surgical therapy, either cutting out some of the fibroids, that's called a myomectomy, or cutting out the uterus, that's a hysterectomy. And the procedure that we do is completely non-surgical and outpatient, called UFE. So there's no surgery whatsoever. The problem largely is, unfortunately, the gynecologists often don't mention that procedure to patients.
Wow, what? They don't even mention it. Oh, guys, and I want to ask you, how is that performed? How is that done? They don't even mention it.
They don't mention it because it's completely non-surgical. So there's no surgery whatsoever. It's outpatient. Patients will drive to our center in the morning. The procedure takes me about 30 to 40 minutes. They sleep through it, but they're not put to sleep. No general anesthesia. It's very nice. After the procedure, they recover for a few hours and go home, literally with just a Band-Aid. That's it. No surgery. They leave with their uterus also.
Hallelujah.
We do everything from the inside. So all we have to do is we get a little tiny catheter inside. We go at the top of the right leg, and that's our entry point into the body. And I can steer this little tiny catheter. It's like the size of a piece of spaghetti under X-ray into each uterine artery separately. There's a uterine artery on each side of the uterus, and each of them branch like a tree, getting smaller and smaller branches till you get out to the leaves. The fibroids are the leaves of the tree, and I know what size those tiny branches are, and I can plug them up. And without a blood supply, all the fibroids will die from the inside. And as they die, they will soften and shrink, like going from grapes to raisins. And as that occurs, a woman's symptoms go away entirely.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That is neat.
She gets the relief of symptoms that she's looking for. That's really good. She avoids the risks and long recovery of an operation, because with surgery, you might be out of work for 2 months. And you're not only that, you're in the hospital, which nobody wants to be anywhere near a hospital these days.
Nobody wants to.
And it's much safer than surgery. It's much less invasive, much shorter recovery. And importantly, and this is something unappreciated by a lot of physicians, women get to keep their uterus. There's no reason a woman needs to lose her uterus over benign fibroids. These are not cancer. They don't.
So there's probably women out here that didn't even need to do all that.
The hysterectomy for fibroids is completely unnecessary. It's the second most common surgery done in the United States, which is kind of surprising because half the population doesn't even have a uterus, men.
Oh man, that's something.
I'm looking for some surgery we do.
Okay, well, we put on the chat.
Reason is these fibroids. The average age of the hysterectomy is less than 40, and I've met way too many women less than 30 have already had a hysterectomy for fibroids. It's tragic. I have daughters that age.
Wow. Well, I was just saying that. Please, guys, if you have some question, put it in the chat. I mean, Dr. Lipman is here. If you know someone or you just want to know a little more, this is your opportunity. These are facts he's given us. He's given us facts right now. And this is great, John, because again, a lot of people probably still don't even know that they don't have to worry about having to go in and rip all this out. They can still kind of feel, you
can keep all your parts. And that's important because hysterectomy has consequences for women. So when you lose your
Wow.
uterus, there's a lot of women that struggle psychologically, like a man being castrated. There's a lot of sexual
Oh.
dysfunction. I mean, 40 is the new 30. So, I mean, you don't want to be having any kind of sexual dysfunction, and they're unaware of it. It's really tragic. We know that the hysterectomy causes a lot of bone loss. There's a lot of urinary leaking. If you go into
Oh,
Kroger,
wow.
go anywhere where there's a pharmacy, either like a CVS, a Walgreens, a Kroger, Publix, and you go to the adult diaper section, you don't see a picture of grandma and grandpa in the adult diapers. You see
No.
typically an attractive 35 to 40-year-old black woman. That's because hysterectomies are done in primarily women of color. And one of the many side effects of a hysterectomy is this urinary leaking. And it's just unnecessary. We don't need to do this.
Oh my goodness, John. That's something. That is something. I think we have a question. Sabrina,
Sure.
there's a question in there, I think in the chat for Dr. Lipman. Can we get that up? Okay, so Dr. Lucille says, after the procedure, will fibroids ever grow back again?
That's a great question. Typically not, because and if you're over 40 when you get the UFE procedure and you knock out all the fibroids, it takes a long time. Now, occasionally we'll see someone grow some new fibroids, but usually it's somebody we've seen, say, in their 30s. Now they're in their mid to late 40s or early 50s, and they actually did grow some new fibroids. But I'll tell you, that's the Achilles heel of the myomectomy. The myomectomy surgery, they can never get them all out surgically. So they go in, they take the bigger ones surgically, and they leave behind a whole host of other fibroids that will grow.
Oh, wow.
And within 5 years, they'll need another something, and sometimes within 2 or 3 years. So myomectomy commonly recurs, whereas UFE knocks them all out and very rarely recurs. So I saw 2 patients today that had multiple myomectomies, because they'll keep doing myomectomies until the woman says, okay, I'm not interested in fertility, take my uterus.
Okay, wow.
They should have known about UFE, but very few people know about it. Now, you can do 1 myomectomy, but in my opinion, there never, ever should be more than 1. The next time should always be UFE, but maybe even the first time, but certainly no more than 1 myomectomy.
Wow, this is great, John. You are giving some good information for these women that are active, on the move, trying to get it done. Because again, if you're out here and you're trying to run your business, or you're doing the activities with your children, or you're just right now we're open, right? They said we're getting open. Everyone's getting their vaccines, doing this and that, and they're trying to get going. They want to, it's probably, this is like an inconvenience, because it's like you're trying to get out here and then this happens.
People that are struggling with fibroids,
yes,
often have really heavy periods, as I mentioned, and the periods being just so outrageously heavy, it affects everything in their life. Everything. Yes. They can't work, maybe. They can't swim. They can't be social. They're so afraid of the accidents in blood. It's embarrassing. I mean, so they don't go out in public. They may not work. Everything is tied around the menstrual. They have to have extra clothing. They have to know where every bathroom is. It's very
we have more questions. We got another question, John.
Okay.
Look what we have. And I want to tell you guys, thanks to Sabrina in the backstage, making sure, powering us up, getting things going. All right, here's a question.
Oh, great one. Yeah, this is a great question. Wow, you have a really smart audience. Yes, there is fertility possible. I've had numerous children born after UFE. I've had multiple sets of twins. UFE, our births after a UFE are typically full-term and vaginal, whereas if you have a surgical myomectomy, they won't let you have a vaginal birth. You must have more surgery, a C-section. So there are big differences.
I heard somebody say that. Okay. Wow. Okay, we have another question in the chat here. Let's get them in. Here we go. All right. Oh, I think we know her.
Yes, Dr. Shayla Weaver. She's a great. We just recently hired her. She's phenomenal. She's our nurse practitioner. She's a wonderful addition to our Atlanta Fibroid Center team. I can't say enough great things about her. We really appreciate all she does for us. And
that's great. Thank you, Janie.
Nice.
Lipman. Your wife said, look, we got to mention our new addition. I remember when you guys were bringing her on. That's right. I remember when you guys were bringing her on. These have been some great questions. Anything particular you want to tell? Let me ask this question. With the vaccines and everything that's going on, we know that Johnson & Johnson just had to put a pause because there were blood clots and different things were going on. Yeah. Do you think that's because of what do you think is causing these?
Well, it's not a very high rate, but it's certainly something that we need to investigate. Mm-hmm. It seems that it's particularly involves women, young women, and not really sure why that is. But it is giving everyone pause, and we've got to kind of look at it because, frankly, while we had the platform for the vaccine, we didn't, have the usual time to really, study it as intently as we do other things. So,
right.
Now that we have something, we need to look at it and try to get to the bottom of it, because that is a serious complication. It's basically kind of a clot in the venous side of the brain, which is obviously very serious, and it seems to be targeting young women. It's not really sure why that is, but we do need to look at that.
I was talking to a young lady, John, and we were talking, and she was mentioning something in reference to possibly birth control, but I don't understand how that would affect something.
Well, birth control does increase the clot, it's the thickness of the blood. It's called hypercoagulability. So it is a risk factor. It's a known risk factor for blood clots on the venous side in the legs. And so one of the it's called a DVT, a deep vein thrombosis. It's a blood clot in the legs, or sometimes it's in the pelvis. And birth control, that is a risk factor for it. Also, obesity is a risk factor. Having major surgery where you're sedentary for a long period of time. Any way that, if you're not moving, if you're a woman that's not on the move, you're at risk for blood clots in the veins. So we want to keep moving.
I gotta stay on the move. Okay.
And certainly, if you're on birth control, you got to be careful about that. Smoking is another big risk factor for it.
Wow.
But hopefully nobody's smoking that's on birth control. That's a big no-no.
Big one, huh? Wow. This is great, John. I really appreciate the time you've taken. I know we got a few minutes going here before we bring on our other guests. Talk to us. Tell us about what you got going on, what you want people to know. Put it out there.
Well, I think everyone that's suffering with fibroids has to know about UFE. It's one of the biggest medical breakthroughs for women. So if you're struggling with fibroids, no matter what your gynecologist may tell you, get a second opinion about uterine fibroid embolization, UFE. It's a tremendous procedure. It works over 90% of the time. It's completely non-surgical, outpatient. You get the relief of symptoms you're looking for without any surgery. You get your life back. It's transformational. Everybody, you'll hear all sorts of things about, we talked about fertility. Yes, you can have fertility. No, you can do it on any patient. Doesn't matter how big or how many. You'll hear a lot of these myths, but go see an experienced interventional radiologist like myself that can tell you if you are a candidate. Likely you are. Almost every patient that's been told they need to have surgery is a candidate for UFE, and it's covered by every insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid.
Okay.
And we take everything.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. So you hear that, guys? They take everything.
Yeah, a lot of specialists don't take Medicaid, but I think it's really important to take it. It's important.
Wow, this is great. John, you have given a wealth of knowledge, some great information for the women that are watching. Men, if your wife is going through it, tell her to call Dr. Lipman.
Absolutely.
Get on the phone, email him, do whatever you need to do. His information is on the screen. You can hit him up on Instagram, whatever you need to do to get that taken care of, okay? Because it is so very important. You want to make sure that you are taking care of yourselves.
You got to
not over. You don't have to just get it, tear it out and it's done and gone, and then you're feeling unwhole. He can keep you whole, baby, and keep you moving.
You got to take care of our queens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, John, you know what? This is my buddy here. But look, John, I want to just thank you so much for joining me. And I'm gonna put your song back on because this is your music. You told me to play this today.
Yeah, never judge a book by its cover.
That's right. And this is John's song. He plays this when he's doing surgery.
No, we don't do any surgery, procedures now.
Procedure. Oh, look, see, I'm not medical. See, look at that. Correct me. Thank you so much, John. You have a great evening. I enjoyed you. And if nobody told you I love you, I just did.
No,
have a great one.
I love you too. Thank you. It's so great to see you.
Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. That was great. Having Dr. Lipman on, I'm telling you, ladies, he's giving you all the information you need to get yourself taken care of. If you have a heavy flow, if you're feeling uncomfortable, it's okay to get a second opinion. He's not saying don't go to your OBGYN, but give him a call. He may have something, a procedure, be able to kind of guide you along the way to just a healthier lifestyle. And you can get out here and be what? On the move. All right. Up next, I have a guest for you. But before that, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
It's not magic. Yeah, we can make things float, make something appear out of absolutely nothing. But even the greatest magicians worked at that trick. It's not magic. It's organic. From the curl in our hair to the tip of our toes, the sway of our hips and the joy of our smile. We give our blood, sweat, and tears to be our very best. Even when the world tells us it's never going to be enough. We got that thing. That hooping, soccer playing, game changing, oh so resilient, double A outing, butterfly stroking thing. We worked for all this.
Always been a catalyst for change.
You thought history just made itself? Nah, baby, this ain't magic. This is the real thing.
As the COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines, visit getvaccineanswers.org, because getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. It's up to you.
Hey, we're back. Yes. All right. We got through that first half hour. Yes, we are on the move. Woo, it's been a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I'm just loving it. Dr. Lipman did a great job talking to us about fibroids and how we can take care of ourselves, ladies, men. Like I told you, if your wife's suffering, your girlfriend, your boo, tell them to call Dr. Lipman, all right? Well, without further ado, I'm going to introduce the next guest today. She is my sister-in-law. Now, she is just a wonderful person. She's been doing in the nursing field, the medical field for over 20 years. And I'd like to welcome her to the stage right here, right now. Chana Thomas, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Wow. Real good.
How's everything there in Orlando?
Today it's hot. You know how Orlando is, it's hot. But it's good. It's a nice day today. Real nice.
All right. Okay, it's a nice day. Well, look, before we get started, I don't read bios. I tell you. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell us who you are, what you do, and who you do it for.
All right. Well, I'm Chana Thomas. I have been a nurse for over 20 years. I'm also a life coach. I specialize in relationships, goal setting. I've been kind of coined as the wife whisperer because I speak into wives and married-minded women that are thinking about being married. So I do kind of dibble in that a little bit. And recently, since we've had the COVID outburst and everything, I've been more of a health coach. So when COVID first started and everybody kind of wanted to know, this is before we started, everybody started wearing masks. I don't know if you remember in the beginning, they said, no, don't wear masks. You don't need to wear a mask out. That seems so crazy now. But in the beginning, they were like, no, save the masks, for the people in the hospitals. So at the time, I was kind of telling people, maybe, what the CDC was saying, don't wear the mask, but then we couldn't find any masks. So then we were making them at home. And so then as time went on, we started talking about the importance of wearing masks. And now we're on to the vaccines. So anytime I can get on a platform and educate our community, I'm all for it. So I'm doing that. And then I'm also have a book coming up later on when we talk about that. And there's all kinds of stuff going on. God has been real good, real good.
Awesome, sis. That is great. Well, you've been in the healthcare industry for over 20 years, like I said. So you consider yourself an expert. Now, where is your expertise at in nursing, in the health profession?
My expertise is in long-term care. So that's usually the nursing home spectrum.
Okay.
And so I've done pretty much all of my 20 years in that. And I've done that in pretty much everything in a nursing home that a nurse could do in a nursing home I have. So currently I'm the director of a facility in Kissimmee, Florida, near Kissimmee, Florida.
They call it kissing me, not Kissimmee. We call it Kissimmee. They say kissing me.
They call it kissing me. So it's over there in Osceola County. So I'm over there, and so I'm the director over a 120 bed facility. And so as you know, with COVID, in the beginning, it was a lot of people in nursing homes and long-term care facilities that were stricken with that. So we had to learn quickly how to keep everybody contained. And I know there were issues with people wanting to see their loved ones. And now we're just getting to the point where we're starting to slowly open up, but very cautiously.
How did you guys handle that though? When it came, how did you handle it? I mean, did you guys get hit really hard when COVID came along? Tell me, did you guys have to, because we saw in the news, people had to stay in, the nurses and everybody just stay there. How did you guys work it out?
For us, we've been real blessed. Our facility, I said, I don't know. I came in kind of right in the dead center of the COVID, everything going crazy. Okay. I came in June. I started working there in June. So the first craziness was already over. But at that time when I started, they had no cases. None.
Wonderful.
Which was unheard of. Then when I got there, probably within, I want to say maybe 90 days after I got there, we got our first case. And so we kept calling them pop-ups. So we'd have one pop-up here and they'd have a case and another one. And so we never had anything really over. I think the most we had at one time, and we just kept them all together in a wing. I think the most we had was about 8 at one time. And then after that, they went through their period of, taking care of them. We had a closed unit, took care of them, and then we closed that unit, and that was it. So we really contributed the success of that hand washing. Everybody had to wear a mask. The residents, unfortunately, they couldn't go out and mingle like they normally would do.
Oh, I know that was hard.
It was very difficult, but we knew we did it for safety. The family members, they did a lot of visiting at the window and phone visits and video calls and things of that nature.
That's good.
But we were very, very, fortunate.
That is good. That is amazing. And let me ask you, about the vaccines, because we have the 3. We got the Pfizer, the Moderna, and the Johnson & Johnson. So we know the Johnson & Johnson just put a pause on it. They're trying to figure it out. We really don't know. I mean, we're kind of we're just waiting to hear. I mean, being in the medical field, has anything come across your desk in reference to the Johnson & Johnson, or it's just hey, we just got to wait?
Yeah, they just got to wait on it. When we started the vaccines, we were blessed because we were one of the first facilities in pretty much Central Florida to start giving out vaccines to our residents if they were available. And that was in December. So we got the first leg of it when people were like, oh, I don't know if I want to do the vaccine or not. I don't know if I want to do it. So we were at that point where we were like, okay, well, I know I was anyway. I was like, I need to get this done because I need to protect myself and my family. So I got it done I think the first for our facility was December 26th. And then the second one was in January. So we got ours done completely.
What did you guys do? Which one?
The Pfizer. We had the Pfizer.
Okay.
And just recently, we had a physician that was in the community, and he offered, I guess he was able to get some Moderna vaccines for some of our other residents who maybe changed their mind since January and decided to do it.
Okay.
So I think last week, that was Moderna, and we had
Mhm.
30 residents who got vaccinated with Moderna.
Oh, okay. So that's all right. So look, guys, if you have any questions, we have an expert here. She is an expert in the medical profession. I'm trying to see. I think I'm getting some why are people sending me questions through the phone and not on the line? On the line. I don't know. We'll just keep it moving. We won't worry about that. Put it in the chat, guys. Put it in the chat. So okay, so you guys started with the Pfizer. Someone came into your area, in your facility. They started doing the Moderna at your location.
Right.
Okay, so you guys never got the J&J.
We never got the J&J. I think because that was, and I actually have not heard any other long-term care facility doing J&J. I think that was just because in the beginning they were doing Pfizer. That was the first one that was approved.
Yes, true. That's what I hear.
Yeah, and since long-term care facilities were such at a top list that they wanted to get, especially in Florida, they wanted us to become vaccinated as much as possible, that they went ahead and just gave us Pfizer, the Pfizer.
Right, just went out.
Yeah, and just went, and they came, like, some facilities had strike teams where they just kind of came through the facility and just were giving them the vaccine. So it was a pretty good place, but we never had to. No one has ever come to us for the Johnson & Johnson.
Let's clear up some of the myths. I mean, it is safe. I mean, I know that people are concerned that it went quickly, but from your standpoint, being an expert in the medical field, I mean, how do you what can we say, or what can you say to ease the minds of people within our community that are still like, oh no, now that this didn't happen, they like, oh no. Is there anything that we could say to ease their mind that with the vaccines?
Well, I do know that before everything was approved, and I know things were, they had the emergency approval at first. I always look at anything. I do two things. I always pray about it, and I always do my research. So I always look and see what, I know they've done testing. Millions of people have done testing even before we even said we were going to get this emergency okay, for the general public. And I look at the pros and I look at the pros and the cons. I mean, if we get COVID, that is a gamble. For some people that are healthy, they go down quick. There have been people that are on ventilators, never had any type of comorbidities before, and they're, fighting for their life.
Wow.
And then there's some people that have it and go through them like water. It's a gamble.
It is a gamble. You're right.
It's a gamble, and you just don't know. And I just felt like I didn't want to take that risk.
Right.
It's pretty much of you don't see it, you don't know. We go everywhere. We go to the store, we go to our friend's house, we go to church, we go all these different places. You can't even pinpoint where you would have gotten it from. Unless you are sharing a household with people and that they have it, and you can say, okay, well, I got it from that person.
Yeah, right, or something like that. Okay, because like you were just saying, you have some people that are healthy and then they have to go in the hospital and get on a ventilator, and then you have some people like they just stay home for 14 days. I mean, what is the 14-day rule thing? Because it's like, okay, you've been around somebody and they say, okay, stay in the house for 14 days and then you can go out. I mean, I mean, come on now. I mean, so if I go around this person, I got to come back in for 14 days, then I can go out. I don't get the 14-day rule. Is it just that within 14 days, what's the 14 day?
It can incubate. So I guess when it comes in, if someone has the virus, let's say, and then by the time they actually have symptoms, you could have already passed it around to someone. So they say if let's say I had a friend and I'm talking to them and they have COVID, and then, now I have to stay in 14 days. That's going to give me time for any type of antibodies come in my system to get through. And then either I have it or I don't, and for it to pass by. I think now they're kind of lessening it to like 10 days, but 14 days is the quarantine period. That's the best way to be.
Okay, because Okay, because I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, so how do you know if it's gone? I mean, you know for a fact if you've been around somebody, you get home, you stay home, you don't have any symptoms, you're okay. You lost 14 days of pay for some people, right? And they go back to work. And how you know? I mean, hello. So that's what I was, because I've had friends that have gotten the COVID, and they were home for 14 days. They felt bad, but then they said they felt real weighted and tired or something like that. And they stayed home, and then they got a negative test, and they waited to the end of 14 days. They went back to work. So I'm like, okay. And then I've had some people that, they were sick. They kind of felt like they had a cold or flu that went into the hospital, and it just was a tragic situation. And I mean, it was like crazy. And I'm like, I don't understand.
It's crazy.
So,
it's crazy.
So for me, and I mean, and this is just from my opinion, for those who are watching, look, we could, I mean, if the vaccine can help get some of that stuff away, then let's do it. So we got some questions coming in the chat and the live, so I want to get them in. Hey, Priscilla. Oh, I haven't seen her in so long. So you see the question? 14 days, but you're supposed to retest before you go back to work. Okay, so you stay home for 14 days, but okay. I
would say the 14 days. I mean, if you can get tests, now they're getting ready to, I mean, let's say if it's just that one person, you didn't go anywhere else. It was one person who you were exposed to. Yeah. And then you stay home for 14 days. Let's just say I mean, when you're quarantined, you really should not be in quarantine. You should really be in quarantine and not be around the people in your house. Because I have a house full of people. I have 1, 2, 3. It's 4 of us. It's 4 of us. So what if I'm home, but I'm in quarantine, but my husband is going in and out of work. So he's out. So
you got to take the test. So what Priscilla is saying, you got to take a test and get a positive test before you got to make sure. So what if you get a test and it's negative? You still got to stay home for 14 days, all right?
I would, and it depends on the policy of
it may pop up later.
Your workplace, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah, so,
Okay, I don't know. I'm just asking the questions. I'm asking dumb questions. I'm going to ask the dumb questions, y'all, because I just want to know.
There is no dumb question.
Okay. Listen, I got my first shot. I got the Pfizer. My second one is next week. This week, next week I get my second one. Now, a lot of people say that they seem to get uneasy after the second shot. Some people are just, why is that?
Because you have to think about the purpose of the vaccine. So the first vaccine, and I think it's the same dose, first or second, but when you get your first one, it's your initial one. But the second one, it's supposed to boost those antibodies. So when people say,
hold on, you're going too fast for me. Okay, hold on. The first one, what are they putting in me on the first one?
The first one is, I mean, it's the vaccine. So it's they
put the COVID in me?
No.
Okay, the vaccine. Okay, to prevent it. Okay, I will make sure.
Right, to prevent it. So, without going into all science lingo, it has something in the vaccine contains something. So it kind of mimics what COVID would do, but it's not COVID. Okay. So what it does is that it tricks your body into almost like it has COVID, and it fights those antibodies because
the first one.
Right. Well, both of them.
Oh, okay.
But the reason between the first and the second is almost like the flu. It's not and people are getting this all mixed up. So like if they get the second one and they say, I feel sick after the second one, that's a side effect. That's not a side effect. That is your body reacting to the vaccine, which is what it's supposed to do.
Oh, y'all get that? Oh, okay.
So for instance, when we get the flu, when we have the flu, not the flu shot, but when we have the real flu, what do? We have sweats, we have chill.
I want some broth. I want y'all to leave me alone.
You want to be left alone. You have all those things because your body is reacting to that. Your fever is a reaction of what your body's doing on the inside, your antibodies. So that's all that is.
So the second shot, if they get, it's just a reacting to the boost.
Right.
Now, what about people that don't get it? We got a lady, I think we got a comment here, this young lady. Let's see her comment. She says that she had both of them, no side effects. had a second dose and she still feels so. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That's right, girl. Give it to the Lord. Give it to the Lord. Give it to the Lord. So some people will have the second shot and don't, and everything's good.
Right.
Does that mean that they what does that mean? Because they got the boost now.
It just means that your body works differently. I have I have one of those. I don't get sick very often. Thank you, Lord. So the flus and things like that, I don't. I guess I just have a good immune system. So when I took the second shot, I had coworkers. It was all of us. We took it the same day. About 3 of my coworkers, they felt bad the next day. That Sunday, it was a Sunday. That next day, they said they had a little temp. They felt sick on the stomach. Wow. But it only lasted for the day. They said at the end of that day, they felt great. They felt like everything was fine. I felt fine. I mean, I went to church. I came home. I think I took a nap, and then of course, we get hypochondriac. So I said, well, maybe I was reacting I was just probably sleeping.
All right. Now we have another question here. Let's see. In the chat here. Let's get another one in. All right. So Miss Betty said side effects from the second shot. She was down for 2 days. Oh, Miss Betty, you was down. Oh, Miss Betty. So she said it wasn't a side. Was it a side effect or just a reaction? You said it's.
I think a reaction, a real severe reaction would be a reaction like you can't breathe, a severe reaction. Okay. But those on the second shot, they say to kind of expect those. So if you don't have it, awesome. That's wonderful.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let y'all know because I got something to do today, the next day after, because I got to eat.
Take some Tylenol. I tell people take a little Tylenol,
Well, why not? I don't use Tylenol. I do a leave. Why can't I take a leave? That lady said no a leave. Why?
She said no a
What's in it? She told me, when I went to Delta to get my Pfizer, I said, I don't have Tylenol. I had a leave. I had the little thing in my purse. She said, don't take it.
Probably because of the makeup in that,
But everybody's saying Tylenol, everybody. And I don't know what happened with Tylenol. And I just said I'm boycotting them. I don't know what it was. But I guess I'm gonna have to break down. See, and I'm gonna blame it on the Tylenol. See, I'm gonna be like, nope, it wasn't the Pfizer, it was the Tylenol.
It was the Tylenol.
Wow. But look, tell before we go, I want you to tell us a little bit about your book. What you have coming? You got a book coming out this summer. I got another lady in the green room. She waiting to come up. She gonna share with us. But go ahead, because we can get this. Look, we are women on the move. This is our time. Tell us about the book.
So the book is it's a book that's been the years in the making, but it's called 7-Day Jumpstart: Facing Your Fears and Embracing Your Destiny. And basically, it is a small book, but it is so powerful because I think any dream, any goal, any desire that you have in life, it requires you just take that first jump. So many people are so scared. They're so scared to take that first move, that first step, that first jump. And it's broad-based. So about a goal, it can be about weight loss. It can be about, whatever it is in your life. So it's an interactive book. So I'm excited about that. I'm on the finishing touches of that. And I hope to have that out probably pre-summerish. So I'm excited about that.
All right, and author to your name. Okay. The Wife Whisperer. Tell them about the Wife Whisperer and how they can be a part of being the Whispering Wives, girl. I don't know why y'all got to whisper. What's going on with that? Oh, wait, before you answer that, we had another comment that came up. Let's get that on the screen. Lucille, thank you for explaining. Oh, look at that. Breaking it down, making it simple.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's congratulations on your book. Look at that. All right. All right. Now, Priscilla said, please get the vaccine, folks. I work in the fire department training division. Look, okay, that's right. Get your vaccines. Please. Thank you, Priscilla. That's right. Get your vaccine.
Absolutely.
That's what we have to do. All right. Miss Tarpley Shaw said, yay. That's all right. So tell us about the Whisperers. The Whisperers.
Whisper. So
we gotta whisper. I ain't a wife, but why they gotta whisper?
So that's my auntie. She's my hype girl.
Oh, hey, auntie.
All right. Years ago, I wish I had a wife whisperer for me. This your brother. It's all right. But with being married is hard. It's hard work. And so I had other friends that said, what about this? Or what about communication? Or what about this? And so I ended up having a community of wives and other women that, had fiancés and just things, little things. It's like, okay, don't kill your husband tonight. It's all right,
Okay.
Pray over him, talk to him. Let's try again tomorrow. So I always had like good encouragement for wives, and it always stuck. So I always kind of was coined the wife whisperer. I still do that. Anytime when people need a little bit of, good girlfriend, sister, auntie advice, I'm always there.
Good. And we need that. We need support. I mean, I didn't have a whisperer when I was married.
Right.
I don't know when she would have said nothing that would have stopped me, but I'm out, boo. Deuces. But I got married young, so you know what? We're cool. We're friends. We are good. We are good co-parenting. Shucks, them jokers. But anyway, but it's good that you do that, because a lot of people don't understand. You're gonna argue, you're gonna have differences, and people are so quick to throw in the towel. Oh, I'm done. You're gonna get with somebody else. Y'all gonna have a disagreement, and hello.
The same issue. And if you don't change this right here, if you don't change this about you and how you handle things, those things are gonna last to the next relationship. That's
right. It's gonna keep rolling right on. Then you're gonna wonder, why this always them? No, boo, it's you.
It's you.
Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Okay. So, well, look, Chana, I thank you so much. This was great. You gave some great information, some good points. I'm so glad, I was able to have you on to kind of clear up maybe some of the myths, so people would know, look, this is what you need to do. You got to do. I want you here. Okay. Right. We need you.
We need you
here so we can continue to enjoy life and live it to the fullest.
Amen.
Amen. So again, thanks, sis.
Thank you.
I guess we'll talk soon. Anything else you want to say before we get you going on here?
No, just do the vaccine. If you have the opportunity to get it, get it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, sis. All right. See you later. Oh, guys, this was great. This has been, tonight is just awesome. We're just rolling, but I got one more guest. How about that? Hey. That's right. I have another guest. She'll be right up. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Listen, guys, if you want to sponsor and be a sponsor to get your advertisement right here during this time, as you can see, we start off with a video. We got videos in between. If you want to be a sponsor for Women on the Move Live, please email me, Kim@McNairProductions.com. If you have questions about it, anything, please reach out to me. Let me know. This platform is for women who are in business, about business, and ready to do business. We are live. As you can see, we have an interactive chat. People are chiming in, talking, asking questions, being involved with what we're doing. Not only that, we're streaming all over the world. That's right. Everywhere. You can tune in and be a part of it live through Facebook or through YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please, so you'll get the alerts. Make sure you go to Kim McNair Productions, Kim McNair Productions on Facebook, and like our page. Go to Women on the Move TV with Kim McNair, like our page, so you can get the alerts, so you'll know what we're doing, when we're coming on. I come on every Tuesday morning. I do virtual coffee with Dr. Kim in the virtual cafe. That's right. And we touch and agree virtually each and every Tuesday morning. Yes, we do. So I'm just trying to tell you things and try to get you guys to stay connected with me and the things that are going on in our community. As you can see, I'm talking to people everywhere. They don't have to be in Atlanta. They can be, in Chicago, in Denver, anywhere. They can be in the UK. It does not even matter, because why? We are streaming live. That's right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my next guest. She's a sister friend. We met some time ago. We met at a conference. She is a lovely young lady. You guys know I don't read bios. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Welcome, Miss Dawn Stargell Moore. Hey, Dawn.
Hey there, sister friend. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you for asking, and thank you for having me today.
Oh, I'm so glad you had time to jump on in here with us. I said, I got to get you on. I'm doing some great things with you. But look, before we talk about that, Tell us who you are, what you do, and who you do it for.
All right. Well, my name is Dawn Stargell Moore, and while you see CEO and founder of More to Life Consultants, I am a executive with an organization that does great things with digital transformation. I'm also in academics, but I'm here today to talk more about my coaching and consulting business called More to Life Consultants. This is a baby that is near and dear to me. This is my lifeblood. I have been in business now for 2 years. This has been where my passion and my purpose have aligned. And this is the Optimal Career Development Organization. So we do executive career and individual coaching. So again, I'm excited to be here. And we're going to talk about one of the things that you and I are collaborating on. So I'm just
That's right. Yes, collaboration. That is my 2021 collaboration. Yes. People don't realize. Look, we ain't gonna do it by ourselves. No, we're gonna collaborate so we can celebrate, be successful, and be what? On the move.
Yes, on the move.
On the move. That's great, Dawn. I mean, something, and I got a DM or a message. You know, they're hitting you up every which way. And I think we have a friend, and I didn't know that she knew you. And you know, you always, it's like, who do you know? And I was like, I said, Sybil's like, Sybil. I was like, oh my goodness, it's a small world.
It's a small world, yes. But you travel with some powerful women that make an impact. So it's not a surprise that we've got folks in common that know each other.
Oh, wow. Right. Well, you know what? Hey, it's all good. And again, my platform is your platform. That's why I do what I do for women who need to be able to get out and let people know what they're doing, how they're doing. And, you just need that interaction. You need to be able to, because there's so many things that's going on around us, right? We've all been shut in. Most people now we're opening up, we're getting out. People have come up with new ideas, new innovative ways to do things. Well, they need to let people know. Yes, we have social media. We're doing social media, but now we have this. We can stream. We can talk to people everywhere, and people can service people everywhere.
And that is
even with what you're doing. Talk about that.
And that's the beauty of what I do. So my team not only does executive career and life coaching, we offer leadership assessments. We do webinars in which we offer modular workshops that we do for organizations. We also do individual coaching. So to your point, there is no reason that you cannot get the support that you need, especially in the pandemic. And right now, I have had to change the way I do business because I typically would go on site and do even speaking engagements. But again, we can do that via Zoom. So it's a beautiful platform and a different way to do things. As you think about it, people are looking for hope. They're looking for an avenue to understand how to do things differently. And as you look at what's available to us right now, the coaching space has been just beautiful because I have always enjoyed helping people and working with them and helping them align their passion and purpose. So as I have an opportunity, I'm blessed to have people that are saying they need this assistance. It's all about finding out what's going to work for them, making sure they've got the tools and the resources to begin to walk in their purpose. And that's what gets me up and that's what gives me joy each and every day. So I just appreciate the platform and the opportunity. Yes.
Yeah, but people need to know that because you hear that a lot. What's your purpose? So what's your purpose? And you need to know what your purpose is. You need to kind of know the direction you're going. Because if you don't know your purpose, you're just out here doing things, doing this, you're doing that, and you're not putting any purpose into it. You need to do it purposely. You need to be intentional, right? You need to be authentic with what you're doing. And you can give it your all when you have clarity.
Absolutely. And, ultimately, whenever we think about those things and we determine or begin to think about where purpose comes from, it's those things that we have been doing all of our lives that we have not tapped into. So we've got convergence experiences that have shaped us and who we are today. And as we think about those transformational moments, things that have been brought to our attention, either through our friends, our coworkers, or what God has even imparted in us, lead us to define where we are and helping us to discover that. So we all have dreams. We all understand those dreams. We all understand those things that, are pressing to us. But we got to do more than just dream. We got to take that dream and we got to put it on paper. We got to write the vision. We got to make it plain. we have to start writing down some of those things that are motivating us, that are bringing us passion. And then from there, we got to create a plan. We got to execute against that plan. So those are the things that our folks, we got to start doing, and that becomes our reality, especially in the pandemic. And if we're not tapping into us during this particular time, and if we're not learning and uncovering who we are in this moment, then we've missed a moment during this pandemic. So I'm here to help, I'm here to support, and my organization is ready to lend that support.
Wow. Okay, we got a comment there. What she said? What? Let's see what she got in the comments here. What we have? Sabrina says, write the vision and make it plain. Yes, yes. All right, that's right, and it's right there. It's in the Bible. I tell you, I'm a virtual. I did my virtual coffee this morning, and I talked about the three things, which was it's pursuing God. You got to pursue God. You out here, you're pursuing this job, you're pursuing that man pursuing you. You're pursuing all these things, right? You're trying to chase that dollar, but you need to chase God. And we talked about meditation, studying, and prayer. Those three things. If you just incorporate those three things in your everyday life, take time, meditate a little bit, take time to read, study what God is saying so you can understand it, articulate it, and use it in your everyday life. And then the third thing is prayer. That's your intimate time with him. You have that time. That's what prayer is all about. And you can be in your quiet space, and then maybe you're able to hear what he's saying. He may, communicate with you. I was telling my friend today, I was like, oh my gosh, we had such a good time. I was talking about, you gotta be intimate with God. You on the phone with your boo, talking about, hey, how you doing? Yeah, babe, I love you. Yeah. Oh, but you on the phone just whispering, right? Just we had the wife whisper her earlier. Yeah, babe. Well, you know what? Pick up that phone. Hello, Lord. How you doing?
That's right. That's
Lord,
right.
You said that you would never leave me nor forsake me. I need you, Jesus. Get on call him. Have that intimate conversation with him.
Right.
And say, okay, and watch him just open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. That's all you have to do. That's all he wants.
And that's
he wants us to connect.
You're absolutely right. And you know what? I couldn't have said that any better. I've had that same experience. About 3 years ago, I lost my husband. And as I had to go through a very difficult space in my life, that is the way that I was able to begin this journey, is to seek God's face. Literally, it was relying on a supernatural power to move me into the space that I'm in today. So he gets all the glory, all the honor, all the credit. Absolutely.
We got some more comments coming in. Yes.
There's no other way that this could have been done. Absolutely. So
you better call him. That's right. God is good. You better call him, and he want to hear it. Jesus, call him. All right, we got to look. Lucille said, "Put that faith in action." Remember, faith. All right, has feet.
Thank you, Lucille. I appreciate that. Yes,
that's right.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Faith has feet.
Yes, ma'am. So that brings us to Miss Kim, what we're working on, right?
Yes, we are. Yes. Okay, I got to get the flyer up. That's right. Yes, we are getting ready. Yes, we are getting ready for our Undo Ordinary Women's Conference. I'm so excited about that. Sabrina, if you can get that flyer, she's going to get it up for us.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about Boat Rock.
Absolutely. So Boat Rock Community Baptist Church, where senior pastor Rico Miller is at the helm, and he has been the pastor there for a little under a year. And when I tell you he is undoing ordinary, he is undoing ordinary.
Okay.
So he's changing the way that we do things, and he has come in with this bold vision that God has given him, and he's putting everybody to work. So it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. He's making you go out of your comfort zone and do things differently. Undo ordinary. So not only is that his book title that can be purchased on Amazon.
Okay.
It has also been the topic and our discussion and our theme for the year. So as we're loving, leading, and training those to follow Christ, we are on the way that we are doing church, undoing just the norm. So we're not meeting in a church, we're doing this virtually. So you have an opportunity to reach people not only locally but globally. So we have an opportunity to
put that flyer up, Sabrina. Yes.
So
you know what, guys? You can.
And I love it because when I called you, you said absolutely. What do you need me to do? I'm in, and I love it.
There it is. April 24th, guys. It's from 10 to 1, $10 donation. Go to www.boatrockchurch.org, or is it boat? Yes, boatrockchurch.org. We have some other dynamic women that are on here. Dawn, you're going to be facilitating our panel. But we have, I can't read the ladies. I can't look. Don't have me have to get my glasses.
That's right. We got Judge Penny Brown, Penny Brown Reynolds,
yes,
the
Judge
Honorable
Penny Brown Reynolds.
Yes. We also have Miss Bianca Shelby, and we also have Miss Tanya Hughes, and none other than Dr. Kim McNair. So we have a powerhouse, and we got Evangelist Denise Barrett that is going to be hosting and emceeing, our executive pastor. So we are just in for an amazing treat, treat, and looking forward to just having everybody join us on Saturday, April 24th.
24th, that's right. That is good. Yes. So I am so glad that we are going to have time to just really come together and fellowship together. Thank you, Sabrina, and just fellowship together and just kind of talk about being, extraordinary, being that, because why do it ordinarily? Do it, do it afraid, baby. Let's get out there and make it happen. And talking about, how we navigated to where we are right now. So I'm really excited about it.
Absolutely. And I couldn't think of a better way to kick off this conference than having you in this dynamic group to join us. So ladies, if you're ready to experience transformation, we're looking forward to seeing you. We're looking forward to having you. Get your tickets now. boatrockchurch.org. And if you'd like to sponsor, if you would like to sponsor your business, we've got slots that are available. So again, you can go to boatrockchurch.org and you can find the sponsorship availability there as well. Yes.
All right, that's great. That's great. Now, does anybody know that you're dean, right? Now you didn't mention that. You want to mention that a little bit?
I said academics. Absolutely. I'm still doing my day job, Kim, but I'm also moving in my other realm as well. Absolutely. So I am.
All right. So she is the dean for DeVry University, guys. Oh, did I say that right?
You did.
Okay. She said, look, I said, but look, that's all right. You're doing your purpose. Let me tell you, it's not anybody. I know women that are general managers with some major corporations right here in Atlanta. Some of these big companies, y'all know, they got side. I'm telling you, everybody has something. Because look, if the pandemic ain't show us nothing, they can shut it down and shut you out and shut the door.
That's right.
And then what you gonna do?
That's
so
right.
Believe you me, everybody has said, look, I better see really what my purpose is, what I need to be getting done over here, what I need to do on this side. It's okay. It starts with a passion, right? It could be something that's a hobby, passion that you like to do that can grow into something. I started my business. It come from what my profession was, $500 in the dream. I just dug into what I love doing, and it grew and grew and grew. So November, I'll be celebrating 30 years of K&P. So I'm like, oh my gosh, God has shown me so much along this journey. I can't wait to share. And I have 4 different brands. I have K&P. I just started the Collab Curators. That's coming up. Okay. I have BWP, my Business Women Empowerment Project, my nonprofit. I have this, Women on the Move. So, hey. What?
So we're moving.
So it's okay. You can have multiple streams. That's what God wants us to have. But of course, out of everything I've done, pursuing Him first, keeping Him first, and everything will fall together. Some people say, "Oh, you're all over the place." No, I'm doing what it's all aligned because it's all about platforms for women. I know my purpose. I'm a servant leader, so I'm not gonna start preaching here. Amen. I'm not going to do it.
She's going to do that on the 24th. But
I'm saving it for the 24th.
But to your point, God makes room for our gifts. So absolutely. And what I do right now for DeVry University is truly my passion. So it's helping others. So there's still that stream of helping others. And I tell you, once people get their education, that is something that no one can take from them. That's one of those intangible things. And it's just so powerful to see that and to be a part of that graduation ceremony and to recognize that you have made a difference in someone's life. That is very powerful and immediately rewarding. Absolutely.
So we got some more comments. Hit them up, Sabrina. Who we got? We got Shanita said, okay, well, Priscilla White, you left one great, awesome person off the flyer. Oh, she said,
okay, Priscilla, we got you next time. You send over
okay.
your contact information. I got you, girl. We got you.
All right, you let somebody off and said, don't pick, All right. Lucille said, no limit to what God allows us to do. Amen.
That's right,
Amen.
That's right.
No limit. That's right. Shanita said, amen to that. That's right. No limit. Amen to that. That's right. Absolutely, Shanita. That's Sabrina, awesome panelist. All right. But we love Prince. We got it. It's awesome, but we still got one great one that's still out there. Go on, Priscilla. That's right.
Come on, Priscilla. Send over your information, please.
Yeah. All right. She's going to send over your information. Constance says, absolutely. I never can get to, never take that away. That's right, girl. Well, look, this has been great, Dawn. I've had a good time. I love it because, this is us. This is for us, about us. And, I'm like, okay, I'm on from 6 to 7. But, when it's good and it's good, you got to keep going. You got to keep going, right? But we're going to be decent and in order. We're gonna stay in line with what we need to do, and everything that happened this evening, everything that you shared right now, everything we got from Dr. Lipman and Chana to you has all been great information. It's been very motivational and inspirational for those who are tuning in. I think everybody took something away today.
That's good.
Everybody.
Stuff.
And I love the interaction with everybody coming on and bringing their comments. And that's what it's about. So I just want to say thank you. I love you. And if nobody told you, I just did.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, look, we'll be talking real soon, girl. It was great, guys. Didn't we have a good time tonight? This was awesome. I'm telling you, each week it gets better and better. And, I just feel so full because I know it's not me, it's him working through me to bring it to you. I try to make sure that I look at the people or when I talk to guests, because you get requests, you get people want to come in, but I try to look at, and I can't get everybody on at one time, but I try to look at what's going to be meaningful and what's going to be have an effect and what's going to be empowering enough for each and every one of you. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in and coming into the room and answering the live, seeing the alert, jumping on, getting in here with us and getting engaged with us. All right, Priscilla said, what you got, Priscilla? I think we got another comment here. Let's see. What Priscilla said. Let me show you how I can fashion and get. Okay. Kimberly McNair, Brock. I need to talk. Okay. All right. We got to get it. So what we going to end with? Let me get some ending music here. Let me see what, because I like to take y'all home with something. I want y'all to be thinking about it when we hang up and get off. Let's see what we got here. Let me find something good. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, you know what my favorite song is right now? I know y'all like it too, but we're going to leave the door open. Y'all like that one? Let's leave with a little leave the door open going on. I love you guys. Have some fun. Stay on the move. Hug somebody. And just like I told everybody else, I love you. And if nobody told you, I just did. This Dr. Kim McNair, your woman on the move. I'll see you next week. Yeah. Yes. Woo.